It's an ML Sports Take brought to you by our good friends over at Batavia Downs Gaming, Trey Waluski of Under Armour Golf, and Camillus Golf Club. Go get your 2025 membership today with Camillus Golf Club. We want to thank friends of the program as well, Dan Van Hart, John Kilb, Bob and Adam Groff, and the Camberary family. So let's preview the Bills at the Seahawks today. It's a 425er on Fox. Tom Brady doing color for this game. I'm sure will be restricted the whole time because he's a part owner of a football team now. But this Seahawk team, starting with them, right? This is obviously a really, really hard place to play, blah, blah, blah. But they haven't had a ton of success at home this year. I mean, we go back to the beginning of the year. They won their first three. They lose their next three. And then they completely bombed Atlanta on Sunday last week, 34-14. But they lost at home to the New York Football Giants. They lost again at home to the San Francisco 49ers. And so it's kind of hard, right? You know, they beat three meh teams, really bad teams, honestly. I mean, Denver, New England, maybe Miami's not a really bad team, but without Tua, and they kind of fell apart a little bit, and I know he's back today. But Denver, New England, and Miami, Denver's okay. But Denver, New England, Miami, and then they lose to Detroit, New York, and San Fran. We know Detroit's a Super Bowl contender, so that one is what it is. But the next two, the Giants at home, really, and then the 49ers, you know, they've slipped quite a bit. That's a division rival, and they lost by double digits at home. And then, like I said, they went and beat Atlanta. So we don't really know who the heck the Seattle Seahawks are right now. I mean, they're a 4-3 team, but how good are they? Where they do make me a little bit worried in terms of where they match up with the Buffalo Bills, there's two spots. Number one, Kenneth Walker III is a really, really good tailback. In fact, I think this game is going to have a lot of success on the ground with Kenneth Walker and James Cook. I think both of these running backs, both of these offensive lines are going to be able to run the ball quite a bit. I'm nervous about the Bills in terms of the second deck. No Terrell Bernard in this game, you know, trying to stop Walker. If he gets through the first level of the defense, I think the Bills could have a really, really long day. There's no DK Metcalf in this game, but they've got Smith and Jigba. They've got Lockett. They have a really talented tight end in Noah Fant. So there are still weapons there for Geno Smith. But that's one area for me. And the other one is the way Seattle plays defense. They do a lot of hidden blitzes and stunting, and it's just a really, really, really hard group to defend on the edge, especially. And you know, we know what the situation is with you know, the talent that they have, and we know how they can get going if the crowd is you know, into it. You know, Mike McDonald comes from the Ravens. He's bounced around quite a bit, Michigan, Baltimore, etc. He's a big-time defensive mind. He's a head coach there now in Seattle. He's implemented his system. And I just pulled up some of the stats here for the Seattle Seahawks. This is a team, you know, again, when they get hot, sacking the quarterback, they get really, really hot, right? They have 20 sacks on the year so far. And the edge players really worry me. I mean, when you look at Boye Mafe, he's a guy who just, he will terrify you on one side and Hall on the other. They have these hybrid sort of DN linebacker kind of guys who are really good. Devin Witherspoon, a corner, you know, is outstanding. Big time tackler. You can use him in a lot of spots. You can put him in the slot and cover. You can blitz him. You can put him back a little bit. He's going to be an X factor type of player on this defense as well, while being a superstar player. So to me, you know, the Bills' offensive line protecting Allen in this game with the way the Seahawks disguise and the way the Seahawks rush it makes me nervous, and Kenneth Walker running makes me nervous as well. Now, on the other side, I think the Bills can expose the secondary of Seattle. They have talented safeties, but the corners, you know, try to get him on an island and all the rest. We'll see if Devin Witherspoon, you know, they try to move him around a little bit. Obviously, there's no Curtis Samuel, but there hasn't really been Curtis Samuel all year. He hasn't done anything for the Bills with that big salary. But, you know, is it a Dalton Kincaid game? You know, is it a Keon Coleman game? You know, we saw him come on here recently. So I think the Bills can expose the secondary, the corners really, mainly. I think James Cook can run the football big time. And I think the Bills' defensive line against the pass, again, I think this could be a case where defenses have more success against the pass than the run, especially in the beginning of the game before adjustments are made. And the Bills, that goes for them too, up against Geno Smith. I mean, Geno Smith is a guy who, while he has found his renaissance in Seattle and he's done his thing, he is prone to turning the ball over. He has 6 interceptions this year. He throws into traffic. He throws into tight windows. He takes chances. You know, the Bills can get to him. The Bills can get him out of the pocket, fumbling, making bad decisions. And, again, looking at the Gregory Rousseau, Epinesa, the whole D-line and maybe some blitzing of their own as well. This is a really, 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 really interesting game, and it's a complete toss-up. I have no idea what to expect today. And because of a little bit more of Seattle getting hot at home, and I think Kenneth Walker, I think they might be able to get Josh Allen to throw his first interception today. Again, this is a really close game. I'm not going to be surprised either way who wins this thing, but I'm going to pick Seattle at home just because of a couple of the matchups that I see favoring the Seattle Seahawks. But by the same token, Josh Allen can go out and win this game on his own because he's done it before. I think the key in this game is going to be third down on both sides of the ball and the turnovers, right? I think those things are going to play a huge part. I know they play a huge part in most, if not all, football games, but in this particular game, being on the road for the Bills, the way Geno Smith plays, the way Josh Allen can play in reckless ways, but then he plays in a Superman kind of way. I'm really intrigued to see if the passing game, turns the ball over one side or another, and they have success on the ground, and then the chess pieces are moved and the adjustments are made. Like, what kind of dynamic does that provide for like a Joe Brady as OC of the Buffalo Bills? 26-23 Seattle is my pick today. Mike Lindsley with you here. It's an ML Sports Take brought to you by our great friend James Girolman of Coldwell Banker. If you're buying and selling homes in Central New York, go with James Girolman, the official realtor of the ML Sports Platter. And we thank Western OTB, Elevate Fitness of Syracuse, Mars Motors, and RV Source of Central New York. You can buy, sell, rent, store your RV with RV Source of Central New York. Go get them on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Partner friends of the Platter also tip the cap to you. Bob and Adam Groff, Daryl Aber, John Kilb, Dan Van Hart, and the Gutierrez, Lewis, Carey, and Camberary families. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.